All right, we are here with former Lovelady Lady Lion Mihyia Davis and the hero last night for the Texas Tech Red Raiders. She scored the game-winning run. Mihyia, how are you doing today?
Good, I'm doing good.
Fantastic. Now, I hope you've had some time to rest. I know last night was an exciting night, but I want to talk about the game against Oklahoma. Going back to that seventh inning, Tech was up, 2-0 majority of the game, and then a strike away from advancing in the two-run home run given up in that top of the seventh inning. Before we get to the bottom half of that inning, what was the mindset? What was going through your mind, and what was the mindset of the team giving up that home run and now having a tie game after kind of leading the entire game?
Yeah, just focus back in, lock back in the game. It's just one run, just get it back.
And is that what the Coach Glasgow was preaching to you going into the bottom of the seventh inning too? It was just one run, and that y'all had the final at bat, so you could have had a chance to go up there and win the game.
Just trust in the work that we put in all season, and it thankfully worked.
Well, and then you coming up in the bottom of the seventh inning, that first out came up, but you got your first base hit of the World Series and got on base, and then a double followed that to put you at third base, and then the sac fly by Lauren Allred there at the end. Now, I was watching it from home, and I know your speed, and I know how fast you are, but even I was like, I don't know if that's deep enough to score from third base. Now, did you know you were going the entire time, or what was your thought process as you saw that ball in the air?
Absolutely. As soon as I seen the ball in the air, I knew I was tagging because in super regionals, the girl was behind me and she was even closer when I was at third and tag. So I knew from right field I was definitely going.
Yeah, and immediately went and scored that run. And then after you slid across home plate and just the atmosphere and the electricity that was there in Oklahoma City from the Lubbock fans and all that, what was going through your mind as you slid across home plate and just celebrating with your teammates?
I was just like, holy crap, like we did it. We're fine, like first year team, finally, like we worked so hard for this, so we definitely deserve it.
Well, and that's what I want to talk to you about too. Obviously last year playing in Louisiana and being the Sun Belt Conference Player of the Year, then coming over to Texas Tech, following Coach Glasgow over to Tech, and with some new faces there in Texas Tech, kind of rebuilding the brand there at Tech. What has this season been like for you, your first year at Texas Tech?
I think it. Yeah, I wasn't even really too much nervous because we have so many girls coming from Louisiana with me just to make me feel comfortable, and then we have like the same coaching staff, so it really wasn't too much of a big difference for me, really.
Yeah, and that's interesting too, right? Like you have the same kind of coaches and everything just in a different city and
Right.
it helps out a lot. But I want to talk to you about your pitcher, Najee Kennedy. She has been phenomenal this season. What's it like playing with a player like her, having her on your team, like when she's in that circle, just kind of dominating games as she does? What does that do for you as a player and defensively? How does that help y'all?
Well, it's pretty easy on defense when you don't really get too many balls out there because she's striking everybody out. Yeah, she's a dog. She just wants to win so bad, and not just for herself, for her team. She's very competitive, and she wants it.
And it's got to be good for y'all as a team too, knowing that if you just put a run, maybe one, maybe two runs up on the board, that you have somebody in the circle that's going to be able to shut it down. It's got to help offensively as well. So you're going to go up against Texas in the championship series, kind of an intrastate rivalry there. Tegan Cavan has been pitching really well for Texas in the circle on their side. What have you seen on film? What has Coach Glasgow kind of talked to you about in the film room? What is it going to take to kind of break the code that Kavan's got going on in Texas right now?
Well, we played her before, so we know we just have to stay off the rise ball and see the changeup up and just really stay in the strike zone.
And lastly, before I let you get out of here, what's the support been like there in Oklahoma City? Because there's been a ton of red and black in the stands over there supporting Texas Tech. So, what's the support been like for y'all in Oklahoma City?
It's awesome. It means so much because at the beginning of the year we didn't really have too many fans, and as it kept going, the fan base just kept growing. So just having them here means a lot to us.
I lied. One more question. I forgot at the start of the year in the Florida tournament, you made an outstanding catch through the wall there. Take me back to that moment. It was early in the year, so kind of just getting your feet wet at Texas Tech there. But to make that catch, to go through the wall like that, those temporary walls. Are you a fan of them? Not a fan of them? How you feel about that?
I'm a fan of them because it doesn't hurt when you run into it; just falls over. Yeah, that was awesome. Just my first time to just be like, "Hey, Nigel, like, look what I did for you." It was awesome.
Well, it's been an outstanding year for you and the Texas Tech Red Raiders, and looking forward to watching y'all compete on Wednesday. And best of luck to you, Maya.
Thank
Congratulations.
you so much.